Oh, it's live, House.
The following contest scheduled for one fall.
Bloody hell, you want to hitch yourself to this caboose? You're in for a bumpy ride.
I hate your hat. I hate your t-shirts. I hate your wristbands. I hate your shoes. I hate your music. I hate the C Nation.
And then you want to walk back in here and call this place your home? This is not your home. This is my home.
Well, you don't know who you're dealing with. You are dealing with the best in the world.
You get what you have earned, and what you have earned is nothing.
This ain't no disco. Ain't no country club either. This is the 3 Count Thursday podcast. So let's go, baby.
Tell him to say it to my face. Say it to my face, Bill Goldberg.
Hello, everyone. Welcome 3 Count Thursday. We are live. It is Thursday, May the 8th, 2025, and we hope you are doing well and having a good week wherever you are. Make sure if you are with us live, you give us a like, give us a share. We would certainly appreciate that. Make sure you are following along with us on all of our social media. We are at 3 Count Thursday on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Twitter as well. You can also grab your 3CT merch over on our T Public store. You can get that link from our homepage or the link tree on any of our social medias in the episode description on YouTube as well. So make sure you head over there and grab some of the 3CT merch. Would certainly appreciate the support. So thankfully, no Mark tonight. We have spared you that trouble. You can also leave us a voicemail, and I think we do have one in the box we'll get to in a little bit, but you can do that anytime, 717-473-7833. We'll play that either on the air here or on the air on our Tuesday show. So make sure you do that. Leave some voicemails for us to get to. Charlie checking in with us. Hope you are doing well. Mark must have inventory. I can tell you what, it's the same as last month. We know that for a fact. But let's start and go around the room. Matt. Oh, the sounder does not want to play. Maybe.
You all right,
There we go. I'm doing well. It's Thursday. I'm back. It's good to be back with you boys. I'm a little upset that Mark's not here, but not surprised. A little upset that he keeps giving us random updates about Roots in every freaking group chat that we're in with him.
I'm ready to quit. I'm really ready to quit one of them.
I'm a little annoyed that there was a few people pounding the table for shoe fly pie whoopie pies today too in one of those chats. Like, make better life choices, Wendy. If you're listening or watching,
please
do better. Just be a better human.
Right, like we've given up hope on Mark, like we really have, but we hope for better for everybody else.
I mean, I don't even think Mark pounds the table for shoe fly pie whoopie pies. He just gave them to us because
I think Mark will eat them, but right. First of all, Wendy, ew.
Right.
Second of all, ew.
Ew.
Yeah, just awful. Awful.
Right.
We are serious, Jared. We are serious.
It's the worst freaking whoopie pie I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Yeah. It almost made me to never want to eat sweets again.
I love whoopie pies.
They're usually
delicious. I don't even hate shoe fly pie.
Oh,
but
see, I'm
those
not
together.
I'm not a shoe fly pie.
Shoe fly bread that she brought into the discussion then too
what
sounds like
that?
The absolute worst thing ever.
I'd read I don't know, vegetarians don't eat meat or whatever. I don't know what the word is for somebody that doesn't eat bread, but the fact that shoe fly bread exists.
We can't say it anymore in 2025. What we call those people that don't eat bread.
Makes me want to Makes me want to think about it. Yeah, exactly. Charlie gets it. What monster invented that? Not a clue.
No, some monster at Roots, apparently.
I would probably rather eat newspaper than shoe fly bread.
No, you wouldn't. Trust me, newspaper tastes bad.
Does it?
I mean,
It does.
shoe fly bread doesn't taste good, I'd imagine.
There's some nutritional value in it, though.
I'd rather eat a napkin then. I don't need to eat all the ink.
Okay, I can pass on a napkin.
I don't think there's any nutritional value to shoe fly pie. It's just molasses, right? Like, you
And
might as well drink motor oil.
Oh, we get it, Jim. You don't have to lift the cup up.
I mean, that's the whole point of having it, Ryan.
I get it. Congratulations.
Oh, okay. This is a response to that. I was like, is Charlie eating earbuds? Devin commented he had to make a Wawa run, so he can't listen to us at the moment. First off, yeah, you buy some earbuds. You're at a place that probably sells them.
Dude, I'm sure Wawa sells earbuds. Of course they do.
They absolutely do. Absolutely.
It's on like that corner rack that has like 2 ball caps, 1 cowboy hat for some reason, and like a couple lanyards.
Yeah, and like a flashlight that like the battery has already exploded inside it.
Yeah.
Leave this on the screen because this is a poor time to not use punctuation.
Yes.
Awful time.
Bang Jim, let's go. No, I don't want to bang Jim, let's go. Get out of here.
Yeah. Let's see. Scotty checking in. What the heck is wrong with Ricochet? Tim, can you have any answer to that as the resident 3-count member that watches AEW?
So he's talking about something that doesn't even involve television watching. It involves social media watching, where some
Ricochet. I have. Let me handle this because I've been really up on it. Ricochet was on the Pat McAfee show and kept calling him Benjamin Shelton, and it really pissed him off.
Okay.
Close.
Something.
No, so EJ Udoka, not to be confused with the other EJ we all know and tolerate.
That's the way to describe it.
EJ Udoka just got let go from All Elite Wrestling.
Oh, sorry.
He was a part of WWE in the development center, and he got let go.
Okay.
But apparently, the reports coming around from a Twitter feed, Wrestle Purists, where it's like AEW didn't want to use EJ Udoka because he's bigger than everybody on the roster, and it was tough to find matchups for him. And so Ricochet saw the post from a benign person and was like, okay, but he can't wrestle, so blah, 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 blah. And then Javon Evans goes around and he basically says, there we go. Javon, I got to find this tweet.
See, Scotty knows. Scotty keeps
this. Scotty does know.
Scotty doesn't know.
You would have thought that Javon Evans had his Twitter hacked by
He called Tony a crackhead?
I got to pull that up. Yes.
Okay, find the actual tweet.
So Ricochet goes, brother, I was learning from Shawn Michaels when you were like 12, then went out to become a multiple-time champion. Let me know when you win one, little boy. Javon Evans goes, you learned from HBK when I was 12 and became a multiple-time champion. Now you're wrestling in front of 2,000 people every week for a crackhead. Talk about an upgrade, am I right? Oof. Question mark, crying emoji, hashtag the young OG. First of all, ain't nobody said shit about Tony Khan, and now he catching strays. I don't know what his Spectrox usage is lately. I've watched a lot of the press conferences. He's been on his better behavior.
He's been on his better behavior.
It's not football season, so he's not
I'm not going to
traveling to and from every place, trying to have 30-hour days.
I did see a clip of him. I guess it was after Dynamite or before Dynamite or something, or one of the, maybe it was Collision, and the like crowds chanting pay-per-view, and he's like flipping the mic, trying to be all hip, and was like, "Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen." And it was just like this goofy dance, which more power to him, dude. He's just a billionaire having fun with his money. Like, why not? But like that video, that looks like somebody who's on something. I don't know if it's crack. But...
What show was that on, Jim?
That was
Pat McAfee show.
Oh.
Let's see. With Ricochet with the Bucks is actually okay. He likes that trio. Devin says they did not sell headphones or earbuds
I don't believe
to
you.
Wawa by his house. I don't believe it.
I mean, Turkey Hill sells them, and Turkey Hill is
It didn't happen.
freaking F level Wawa.
Big Jim, he can't listen to us and participate. What makes you think he can like take a picture?
Well,
and like you're asking too much.
You're right.
What does he look like? A person that would eat shoe fly bread?
Devin?
Sort of, yeah.
He'd eat 2 loaves.
All right, I'm just saying.
Devin, do you like shoe fly pie, Devin? I'm sure he likes shoe fly pie.
Charlie says, I'm sure TK is a great dude, but man, he's the most socially awkward person he's ever seen.
Charlie, you ain't never
Autism's
seen
crazy,
yourself?
baby.
Well, there you go.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. Like, everybody's autistic. I'm putting it out there. It's how autistic are you?
Right,
Are you
Yeah,
a little
about
autistic?
that comment. It's at Not the Tool Man on all
That's
social
fine.
medias. Direct all complaints to at Not the
No.
Tool Man.
Look, I'm using the socially acceptable word. I'm not going around codifying anything.
Scotty says he wants shoe fly pie now.
But yeah.
Scotty, you're down in North Carolina, right? Do they have shoe fly pie down there? No, right?
Yeah.
There's probably like some Amish who migrated down there.
Well, maybe.
I don't think is shoe fly pie a traditionally Amish thing?
Yeah.
I think it's like a
Amish
Dutch thing.
Mennonite. I believe it's a here in Pennsylvania sort of a thing.
It is a Pennsylvania
Dutch
Dutch thing. Okay.
Yeah, just like the Pope.
Exactly.
Well, he's from Chicago. I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, he went
here,
to Villanova, so we can kind of claim him here.
claim
in
him a bit,
Eastern
right?
PA. No shoe fly pie in North Carolina.
Good. Shoe fly pie. That's a
There you go. Mike says he has 2 kids with autism. Tim did not offend him, so we're clear.
well, Mike. Now
'Cause
you have
everybody's
autism.
autistic, baby.
There you go.
I honestly believe everybody probably has a touch of autism, just in their
thank
own
you.
way.
I did. I saw a great meme the other day. It was like an old man like shouting at some younger people. It was like, back in my
Mark?
day, nobody had autism. And then he goes, now leave me to my train time.
Thank you.
Now, Tim.
You all right, sir?
I'm good. I'm glad to see Matt came back. He went on excursion. He learned a new hold. He's back now.
Did you find the meaning of independent wrestling, Matt? Or are we still looking?
No, we're still looking.
Damn. I thought
It's
we really
to
had
make
it.
it's the meaning of independent wrestling is to make a small fortune by starting with a large one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
That is true.
I'm good. No complaints. Except for I'm really tired. I mowed my lawn as a fat man today because I was peer pressured by my across the street neighbors, and I yelled at them because as I was mowing the yard, they went and got the mail, and I stopped what I was doing and yelled across the street, and I said, "I blame you."
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
I can't say that for multiple reasons.
You can't. Well, you can't.
Why
You
can't
never
you
get
say
offended?
that?
The optics wouldn't be right.
Tell us more, Tim.
I got it.
Tell us more.
I live in a melting pot of a neighborhood.
Got you.
If you're all melted together, what does it matter? You're all one.
The optics, though, a large white man screaming at a middle-aged black woman, saying it's her fault that I have to mow my yard. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's probably.
I see it.
probably
I
not
see
good.
it.
But it was a joke on a previous conversation. We were like, "How you doing? Great. I got to mow the yard. Oh, it sucks. It's gonna rain." And I'm like, "Great. 3 days before I could mow the yard." And then I watched her cut it today, and I was like,
Don't say the O word 3 times.
Obama?
No. The OPTICS. If you say that 3 times fast, Ernest Christian actually comes into your podcast.
Oh, is that an EJ word?
Oh, loves that word.
Yeah, he loves that word.
Loves that and vibes.
Yeah, he marries both
too
with
old for
politics for
vibes.
some reason.
He can have optics.
Yeah, his ass gives creeper vibes.
He sure does.
He's too old for vibes.
Ryan.
Hello, Smokey.
Now what? See, you did that. I didn't do that. I didn't do
Damn
that.
it, Jim.
Every freaking week, dude. Before
Why
I
do you
say
do
anything,
this?
you don't unmute me before the show. Like everybody else gets unmuted, and honestly, it's getting old. I think there's a sounder.
Talking to us.
What?
Don't you gaslight me.
I'm not gaslighting, Jim. I'm not a gaslighter.
I think you're a gaslighter.
He gave up all of his gas lighters when he stopped smoking.
I did.
This is true.
I did. That was a couple months ago.
Tim, why didn't you get that mower that mows the lawn itself?
What, the emo one? Never mind.
No, you can't.
The effing, I'm not buying
the
a lawn
economy,
Roomba.
The econ one, I meant the economy one.
Oh, gotcha.
The economy one that runs on battery.
Okay, you misspoke. That happens. Yeah, there was a
He
house.
said mow, not cut. Everything's fine.
There is a house on my way to my old job that had like the Roomba lawnmower. And
what was stopping you from just picking it up and taking it to your lawn?
I don't know, the fact that the fucking blade was spinning.
Yeah, it's a good point. you know, somebody would have went to get it for you. Give Jerry a call.
Oh,
if you know, you know.
Three Finger Freddy?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, good enough.
So Timmy is what it's more like.
Oh, we got a Jason Pierre-Paul situation.
Yeah.
No.
I think
Wrong
Pierre-Paul
appendage.
blow his fingers off.
Yeah. You gotta go to the foot.
Yeah, it's a.
Jim's favorite place.
Jim likes
Yeah,
to talk about it.
I think he tried to like slide in safe to the mower, and the mower was still on for some. I don't know what happened.
I can't wait. I cannot wait until
He was
shopaew.com. I can't wait till shopaew.com comes out with a footprint Speedball Mike Bailey shirt that I can buy for Jim for Christmas.
Oh my god, that'll be great.
No.
If it doesn't happen by August, I'm making it.
You know what? What's stopping us from making our own shirt with all of our prints for Jim?
Oh God.
We'll buy a shirt. We'll paint our feet like we're in kindergarten and step on the shirt for Jim.
So what we need to do though, instead of a shirt, we need to go and get all of our feet inked and like put it in a shadow box and then present it to him as like an heirloom that he can display proudly on his desk.
Let's save that.
My best friend's feet.
Oh
the
God.
day he renews his vows, and that'll be like his re-wedding gift from all of us.
Hey babe, let's never renew our vows.
I'm putting that thought in Dana's mind next time I see her.
Remember, Jim, the journey of a million miles starts with a single step.
Something like that. But all right, let's dive into the show.
No. How are you doing? You don't get to ask everybody how everybody's doing.
I'm doing pretty well. We're near the end of the week. I've had a good week this week. My one beer that I allowed myself today, I'm still under my calorie limit for the day. Capitals are currently winning. Let's keep the good mojo going. That's what I'm hoping for over the next couple of hours.
Jim, I do love the Washington lower cases shirt. It's one of my favorites.
It really is a fantastic shirt.
It's a great shirt.
I appreciate you getting that for me. And I wore it today because that's how they played on Tuesday.
Today.
So they deserve
Come Tuesday?
Yeah, on Come Tuesday. Do we still have it? We do.
Come Tuesday.
All right. So before we get into
Jeep Wagoneer, is that who said that?
It's a Jeep Wagoneer, yeah.
Quote?
Which I actually think he said that on the episode that led to the Jeep Wagoneer clip, I believe, if memory serves.
Whatever happened to him? I think he was an A&W. Listen to me.
Well, that's probably where he's at now. I don't think he's wrestling anymore. But before we get into the things we're going to talk about over the next 40-ish minutes, we're going to do a blind ranking. And since we're going to talk about the WWE releases in the past week, I decided we'll do a blind ranking of wrestlers who found success post WWE release. So we will start with none other than the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Dude, I'd have to think that's number one. I mean, the dude founded an entire wrestling company that's facing the WWE, got hotter than ever in the WWE, and then came back to massive fanfare and then main evented 3 WrestleManias.
Right, but the question is finding success outside of WWE.
No,
it was Stardust.
It was post WWE release, so technically his time in WWE now is still post his WWE release.
I don't like that.
Regardless, I think that even without the WWE run, it's going to be hard to find people that did more after.
I can think of one. I can think of
Dude
two.
ended racism.
Yeah, I get that.
That's true.
But also, yeah.
It's the neighbor, isn't it, Tim? I get it.
No, it's fine. They're not a neighbor. They're an across the street neighbor. We don't share a yard. So everything's fine.
I feel like across the street neighbor is a neighbor.
I was going to say, if across the street still a neighbor.
I feel like it has the word neighbor in what you called them. Across
They're
the street,
part of your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, my next door neighbor is my next door neighbor, but the people across the street are still neighbors.
It's too many words. I'm cool with Cody at 2.
Who are you thinking would be better than that?
From the jump up factor that the person had post WWE, I don't want to. There's one person who had a massive jump up.
I feel like I'm going to struggle moving off of that unless I know who you think it is.
I don't want to say it and then like Jim, like
I will not change the 5 that I have the 5 written down.
Is it
Swerve?
Bill? I don't remember Swerve launching AEW.
No, but he went from being a dude who was the North American champion on NXT. He gets called up with Hit Row. He's only there like 3 weeks. The entire stable gets fired. He then gets hired and goes from being completely unwanted in WWE to being the AEW World Champion and headlining multiple pay-per-views, which is something that Cody Rhodes never did in AEW, but that's fine. I'm focusing on life outside of WWE for this question, so I'm absolutely not counting any of Cody's second WWE run.
You can remove all of the WrestleManias. I still think launching AEW and being like the guy for a few months there.
You do realize
Swerve has done.
He created a company and then left because he didn't get what he wanted, right?
Right. Imagine being that great.
Imagine being that stuck up. And I'm a big Cody fan.
And Tim, I don't like you talking about the guy who had racism like that.
Yeah, this is.
It has not. I'm not faulting Liberty for this.
I don't think I can move off of one for Swerve.
Yeah.
We got two. We got 2 1s.
Where's the ism now?
All right, we get Cody in at 1. Devin said 2. Mike said 1.
I hope the next 4 are Swerve.
Next one, Swerve. No. Next one, Timeless Tony Storm.
This is another one who I could have possibly put at 1, but she had a ton of success before the WWE.
3.
I'm going to put her at 3 because I think Swerve's on the list.
I'm fine with 3.
All right, we will lock Timeless.
Oh, there's so many other people. I'm just thinking of AEW people. We have Christian Cage is on this list. Hulk Hogan can be on this list.
5.
Kurt Angle can be on this list.
4.
Kurt Angle
a lot.
There's a ton of people really.
There's a lot of WWE superstars. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's also a lot of bad ones too. Like it's not.
There are.
Devin says 3 for Tony. Big Mac has Tony at 2. So we'll go and Matt this one especially for you, Drew McIntyre.
5. What did he do outside of WWE?
He was a TNA champion.
Cool.
Wrestled in Progress a little bit. Gained a ton of weight.
He looks like Gaston now. He's jacked and he's awesome.
That first release, he was what the.
He was a member of 3MB.
3MB, yeah.
He went from 3MB to headlining WrestleMania.
Well,
because he got fired.
So did Jinder. Well, Jinder didn't headline WrestleMania, I guess.
No, he won the WWE title.
He headlined like a Backlash, I think.
Lashed my back.
He lashed my back.
Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan, but I don't know.
He raked my back.
4 or 5.
Literally raking.
5? All right.
I said 5.
Tim has 4. Ryan
said 5.
5. All right.
I mean,
we'll lock.
It doesn't need to be 5. I can be 4.
We'll lock Drew. It's already in at 5. I've already written it down. Devin 4. And Big Mac says 4 as well. Next one, Matt Cardona.
Could have been 5 right here.
Matt Cardona did a lot more on the Indies than Drew McIntyre.
But that isn't. I wouldn't.
Drew
That's hard to
McIntyre,
say
after
too.
After Drew McIntyre's release, came back.
Drew McIntyre left WWE.
I thought we weren't counting returns. That was the whole argument
Well,
against
that was
Cody.
Y'all are
argument.
counting returns, and I'm changing. I'm playing by y'all's rules.
No one. We said rule
Yeah, I
out
think
Cody's
Matt-
return.
Yeah, I think Matt and Ryan removed the Cody return stuff.
Here's what I'll say in defense of Cody or Drew versus Cardona. One person left WWE and got so hot the WWE called him back. That's not even counting. I'm not saying he went back and I'm counting that time. I'm saying his run in the WWE run outside of the WWE was so impressive. The WWE called him back to come back.
You don't think
Matt Cardona is still waiting
back?
I was going to say, do you think Matt Cardona? I feel like he's having too much fun on the Indies to go back.
You think wife works there and Cardona didn't get a call?
You mean to tell me Matt Cardona, the action figure dude, the guy whose entire dream was being in the WWE, he has said on multiple occasions that he wants to go back.
Yeah, that dude definitely.
He is dying to come back.
I feel like he's probably got offers to go back. It's just not the right. Like, he doesn't want to go back and just have the pinnacle of his time be winning a ladder match to open WrestleMania.
That fucking WrestleMania. That whole thing.
I mean,
Charlie
says Cardona's making more money now than he ever made with WWE.
I mean, he's wrestling more now than he ever did with the WWE. So you're taking more bumps, filling up that bump card a lot more, doing death spotty bumps.
You're doing all the
you're doing some
stuff,
stuff.
like the action figure stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing, is I think he's making that money because that sort of stuff wasn't afforded to him when he was a part of the WWE. But now, with how open those contracts are, I'm fairly certain that they would let Cardona continue to do the Major Wrestling Figure podcast.
Yeah, why not?
And all of that stuff and be under the umbrella.
Matt Cardona was the 3-count wrestler of the year.
This is true. Why do you think he's making all that money?
2.
5.
There's
5's already gone. So
yeah,
4.
we have
4.
2 and 4 open.
I think 4 is
4 is
appropriate.
fine.
All right, we will lock in.
Can't wait to be burned right here by number 5.
Matt
And
Cardona
if
at
number 2,
4.
we're not going to be burned because Cody's where he belongs. It's a solid list.
Devin says 5. Big Mac says 5. Charlie has him at 1. That's awful high for Matt
High
Cardona.
praise.
If
So
we were specifically talking about work only on the Indies, I could see Matt Cardona being number 1 there.
Correct.
Only being released and work put in on the Indies.
Yes. If it was a indie career post WWE,
But knowing that other
but like, yeah, I mean,
places
Cody's been
are there, right?
Was he a champion in Japan, Cody? No, never won.
He was
Okay.
Ring of Honor champion. He was leader of the Bullet Club.
Okay, I knew he was leader of the Bullet Club. I didn't know if he ever won the title over there.
He won the Ring of Honor title. He won the GFW championship. He was a part of Global Force.
Hey, we are photographers.
Yeah, I know. That's why I brought it up.
Photographers for Global Force
Sure
Wrestling.
did. We sure did.
Yeah,
where you at, Frank Forrest?
Thank you, Paris, for not showing to that one. All right, so we had Cody Rhodes at 1, Tony Storm 3, Matt Cardona 4, Drew McIntyre 5, which leaves us at number 2, EC3.
Awful list. Awful list.
Well, moreover, so much so that we call him by his name that I don't think any of us could, or Matt might be able to.
Michael Hutter.
His WWE name.
I know it because I saw it when I was making the list. Otherwise, I wouldn't have remembered it.
Is that his real name? Is that his
I don't
name?
remember it.
Michael Hutter?
I don't know that.
Oh. Shit. Why did I?
And now I can't remember.
Michael Hunter Hutter is his real name.
Oh, okay. I got his shoot name. I was very confident.
Oh, I remember his WWE name now.
Boy, I don't think I would know that.
Derek Bateman.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's tough.
So much so that you call him by the name he came up with after WWE.
That's a good play there, Charlie. Well done. I'll give you
Well,
that one.
multiple time TNA champion was one of the reasons why you watched TNA for a certain period of time. A super long reigning NWA champion created his own promotion. That's a big deal for some people.
Yeah, but he can't wrestle.
Well, that's
Well,
true.
some say Cody can't. Some say Cody's the 3-star general.
No, that was his gimmick in TNA. The fans chanted, "You can't."
He also
I'm
had
very good.
He also had that interview with Ryan backstage at KPW with the old dick kick, the old Lancaster street fight.
That never happened.
That never happened. That's right. I forgot that was supposed to be. That was going to be on the show with the Hardys, right?
Cue that Diamond Rio song, "What Might Have Been."
Yeah, really. Did Cody also win the IWGP US title? Big Mac?
Maybe.
Maybe he's making EC3 won that.
No. I think that was a Cody. All right,
Is EC3 still wrestling today? Is he in NWA?
I think so.
That
Not
sounds
the
like
champ anymore.
Yeah, that definitely feels like somebody who'd be in NWA.
William Corgan's.
Yeah, he's in NWA, and he's apparently also wrestling in OVW.
Oh.
Cody was a one-time United States champion. He beat Juice Robinson for it and lost it back to Juice Robinson.
There you go.
What was Juice Robinson's NXT name?
CJ Parker.
Yeah.
Okay.
CJ Parker.
Oh yeah, because he lost to Kevin Owens, right? When that was Kevin Owens' debut, I think.
When Kevin Owens
broke his nose.
Yes.
Or something. Yeah.
That was a good
Yeah, CJ Parker, I think he had Kevin Owens' first NXT match. I believe he had Baron Corbin's first takeover match.
You might be right. Yeah.
Okay,
Back when they were doing the countdowns for Baron Corbin matches. Because he was beating people so quick, so the fans
end of days.
As soon as the bell,
I kind of forgot about that.
The bell would ring and the fans would go 1, 2, and they would count until Baron Corbin won.
Stupid.
It's awesome, dude. End of days is sick.
Dude, that entrance was great with the lights. Yeah.
Especially when it glared off his balding ass.
Wasn't bald then. Well, balding.
Wow,
sure.
balding.
Yeah.
He had hair, kind of.
Hairline was receding from the NXT days for sure.
All right, let's go to this.
Since John Moxley, Cesaro, way before Gargano, there
I
was
forgot to do this.
And Saturdays on NBC. These 5 guys on Facebook are gonna take a hard look. Recount Thursday brings to you the wrestler on the week.
Oh.
All right. Week 18 of the new season here. Ryan, we won't start with you as you're doing a journalism at the moment. We won't start with Mark because he's not here. Tim, I'll start with you.
Well, I'm going to go back because Matt has been on excursion. Matt, who did you have for WrestleMania Wrestler of the Week?
I don't remember, but I guess give it to Cena.
Okay.
Since he broke the record.
And then last week, do you remember? And Mark, Big Jim, I don't have yours from last week either.
I think I had messaged Notorious Mimi for last week.
Okay, I had her for like 3 weeks ago, but I hadn't seen her for this week.
Yeah.
Or last week.
I actually don't know.
Was it Rollins, Hangman Page, Zelina Vega?
Zelina.
Okay.
That's right. She won the U.S. title. That's right.
Yep. So for me this week, I'm going to go with Fudge. Who do I want to go with? You put me on the spot because, this was a wrestling light week for me.
Okay. I mean, I have mine if you want me to.
Go ahead and go with yours.
New NXT Women's Title #1 contender Jordan Grace, and I'm taking it so Mark doesn't hear it and doesn't get to use that as his.
Smart. That's a good one. I have mine ready as well.
I do.
Go ahead.
I needed to confirm. My wrestler of the week is the new Monster Factory champion, Lucas DeSangro, from the show. You might have remembered him as Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the new Monster Factory champion.
That show was on Apple Plus, right?
The Monster Factory show was on Apple Plus, right?
And they
The
published
wrestling
some
show
links
was Evolution of Champions 5 days ago.
Very good.
I just wanted to confirm that was this week and not a prior week.
This week for me, Gabby Ortiz successfully defended her Diamond Championship from bell to bell at a different promotion against Notorious Mimi with Medusa as the special guest referee.
Juicy.
Nice. When is the next bell to bell show?
Saturday. Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. All right.
Nice.
Well, if you're not doing anything, those are held at the Monster
Those are at
Factory,
the Monster
right?
Factory. Yep. Bell time's at 3. Doors open at 2.
There you go. Make sure
Beautiful,
you
Paulsboro, New Jersey.
yeah, head down there. Beautiful this time of year.
Paulsboro, New Jersey.
More so than
It
other
exists.
times of year, I guess.
That should be like the town. Paulsboro, New Jersey. Yes, it exists.
Give me Trick Williams. Showed up at the TNA Rebellion pay-per-view, making an impact against Joe Hendry, and now he's the #1 contender for the TNA World Championship, where that title is actually being defended on an NXT program. It'll be Trick Williams versus Joe Hendry.
You're so witty. Showed up at TNA and made an impact, he says. Oh,
Yeah, it's good.
See what you did there.
you sly son of a bitch.
Charlie said that his would be Roxy for putting on a hell of a match, putting on a hell of a with EO. and
That's
hanging-
Haluva.
That's a haluva, Jim.
Shit, my bad. That's,
Put on a haluva.
I don't think you can be talking.
What a maneuver.
A Haluva maneuver.
Well, if we ever got to do commentary again, I would.
Oh,
Well.
it's a Haluv maneuver.
Haluv maneuver. Love it.
All right, before we get into talking about releases and previewing Backlash, we do have a voicemail this week. I haven't listened to this one. This one was a late.
Let's see.
Chris is
So
dicey.
Let me know. I'm going to know real quick if we need to throw it out.
all right, let's go.
This is everybody's favorite Big
Delete
Dick,
it.
Out.
Big Dick Devin, and I had a
He said his name.
question that was popping into my mind. Would a old school blue steel cage work in the modern WWE? Like they could pull it out for a Saturday night's main event or something, or do you think it would fail? Just wondering. See you guys soon. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
That's a great question, actually.
Yeah, that's
Wait, question.
Wait,
Wait.
question.
That's a
Oh,
great
wait,
question.
I think it absolutely would work, especially if they kind of model the Saturday night's main events the way they used to, where you lead off with the with like the main event match, so to speak.
I think he answered his own question in that it would work for a Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gone to the cage style, like the fence style cage, that we're never going to see the blue steel as like a regular replacement. But for the Saturday night's main event, that'd be, oh my God, heck yeah. Give me Kevin Owens or somebody in a solid steel cage. Fuck
Dude,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Or like
Absolutely.
an old school Raw, if they went back and did old school Raw.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I'd be fine with that.
Or if
Why
like
did they get away from it? Was it just like the logistics of setting it up, or like a visibility issue?
I think it was the logistics of setting it up, because
Probably heavy as hell.
It's heavy as hell, and like you have to kind of put it together piece by piece. So like, because when you watch SummerSlam 90, there's that big long gap between Hogan and Earthquake
Oh, Lord Alfred Hayes here.
and the main event. Alfred Hayes is out and they're building it behind him. And then they go to the back and it's an interview with Warrior. And then they go to the back and it's an interview with Rick Rude. And then in the back, it's the long interview with Earthquake doing his little pacing thing. And Dino Bravo joins in. And then
Dude,
Hogan
those welts
comes in
were
and does-
serious.
There was like 5 or 6 like interview segments between the two matches just because it took so much damn time.
Don't act like they don't do that now, though, Jim. You just run a
Well,
commercial.
you're
It's
right.
on Peacock.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah.
We're gonna get 5 matches on Saturday, and there will be more commercial time than there is match time.
Yeah,
You're right.
They
interview,
could solder
promo.
a fucking cage together in that time.
They could literally build the cage.
More or less
assemble
time
it.
consuming to put that together than, I don't know, say a barbed wire steel wall.
Well, you got to make sure that barbed wire is as tight as a fucking guitar string, so it pops the first time somebody touches it.
Well, that's what you get for buying your barbed wire at Dollar Tree.
Well, you know,
That was a goddamn. It still amazes me that night we didn't just run from independent wrestling. Like that was our first taste. That whole day we went out to lunch with Jason Perfect Owner Smith when he still had money, and bought us lunch.
He warned us too.
He did. I'll give him. I don't give that man credit a lot, but I will give him credit. He warned us about that show. But we go there, and look, I still say the wrestling over there at Stevens, it was perfect for what it was.
I loved it. I loved
It
working
existed
there.
for such a long time. It outlasted a lot of companies
It sure did.
in this area. So
It could come back tomorrow and
They
be just as successful.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they'd have a
Absolutely.
full house at the.
Yep,
at the
they
Stevens
absolutely
Firehouse.
would.
And I tease lovingly, really I do, because I every time I went there I did have fun. But man, that the amount of time that it took to put that wall up, and it just because it was supposed to be a full cage.
It was supposed to be a cage, and they got the one wall up, and they're like, nope, this is
and
it.
it just and like and I think we saw Ox Hog's nuts that night in the ring. Like
Yeah, there was a paddle, and
Ryan
things
Ryan
fell
bought
out.
that T-shirt that the date on it still hasn't
It's still
arrived.
for the wrong year.
You still have that shirt?
I don't. Probably not.
Uh,
I'm sure I don't.
But I joke that like after that we're still like, yep, we're all in on this.
You know what? Give me an ACW one night stand, one last show. I'd be all over that.
Dude, honest to God, they should
You hear
do
that
it.
tape? Give me a one night stand show. That's all I want.
They should do it like outside at the fire, because if you do that, I think you would get more people than you can actually fit.
And they
in
could
the fire
probably
hall.
like offer sponsorships like some companies do and get enough crowdsourcing and funding to just put that on.
Let's
and
go.
have
Quit messing around with Starbucks cups and let's get it done, Tate. Devin says, remember the last KPW show and how chaotic that was?
Which KPW show
I was going to
wasn't
say, you have to
chaotic?
narrow it down with a chaotic KPW show.
You walked through that cart, it was just pure chaos.
Oh my God, just an absolute mess.
Is that the one where Colin went off the steel cage with no protection through the table?
No, that's
That was a
thinking
PWE.
PWE.
Oh, that was PWE.
Yeah,
you're right.
PWE.
That was
Colin was a maniac.
That was the heck in a sec, right?
That was.
Yeah.
I actually
What
wasn't even
was-
there for that one. That's the
What
one I
was
wasn't
the
there.
last KPW show then?
It was the one before the Hardy show.
Yeah, EC3 was there. It was the one with, I think it was actually, there was a cage match. It was
with
Was the
Louis
triple
Rich
the
and Von
triple
Schmidt
cage?
and the Blue Mask dudes
That's right. Okay.
came out.
It was the three. Then it was the three matches in the cage
Yeah.
because then it was
Joseph Von Schmidt was in one of them, right?
Yeah, it was Von Schmidt and LGR, I think, in the
and for the championship. I think
in the cage match.
it would have
yeah.
been the Red Scorpion versus Rob Noxious.
Rob Noxious.
Shit. Yep.
And there was another one. I bet I still have that card picture on my
EC3, was that against?
That was against Sean.
That's Sean
Carr.
Carr.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Sean.
So
stop that.
According to Cage Match, the last KPW show was called Broken Promises.
Yep.
How appropriate.
Sean
shit,
Carr.
that was the night that the water pipe burst and the fire alarm went off. Dude, there was all sorts of bullshit that night.
Sean Carr versus Facade. Kakoa versus Brute Van Stike.
Slike.
I couldn't tell if that L was a T. Shane Strickland versus Pepper Parks.
That's a solid match.
Yeah.
He Who Shall Not Be Named versus TK O'Ryan.
Okay.
He's a taunt guy.
Yeah.
Kamatachi versus Vinny Marcialga.
Marcelia.
With Kamatachi, that was somebody else.
That's Hiromu Takahashi now, right?
Is that
I
it?
think so.
I think so.
Dude, the talent that was on those shows was stupid, by the way.
Yeah.
No reason they should have been running super indies every month.
Gail Kim versus Mandy Leone. And then we get to the real meat of it all. Gray Wolf versus notable bad place Hall of Famer Rockin' Rebel.
Oof.
For the KPW heavyweight title, it was Louis G. Rich defending against Josef von Schmidt.
Yep.
And then Steel Cage, Rob Noxious, Red Scorpion.
That's right. They were in the cage. Jeez.
Get scorpified.
Yeah.
He raked my back. And now he didn't literally rake it.
Rumors saying that interview is still going on, by the way.
That's how we met Devin, right? Was through LC/KPW.
Through the indie stuff.
So that was also the show that had the women's show then, the Broken Promises women's show beforehand.
Yeah, because
or the Vixen version.
Cherry Bomb
there
was
is.
there.
I have that card pulled up.
That
too.
was a stacked card
That
from
was
what
a
I
very
remember.
stacked card,
Devin, that's what Devin just said too.
So it was me. I'm going to use real names for some people. Mia Yim versus Sumi Sakai.
How did Mia Yim get to that show? I wonder. Who picked
I don't
her
know.
up at the airport?
So it's a mystery to this very.
What was she wrestling as? That was a Jade at that time.
Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From TNA.
Ray Lynn versus Maria Manic. Brittany Blake versus Sammy Pandora. Vanity versus Willow Nightingale. The KPW Vixen title. Mandy Leone versus Miranda Vianette. Jordan Grace versus Solo Darling. And in the main event, it was Deonna Purrazzo versus Cherry Bomb.
And we had like 5 of them on the show prior to hype that, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you can still find that in the archives. I wonder if
Jesus Christ,
had them, like,
how back
randomly
has gotten to
call
that
in.
episode yet.
Here's how you lose money, folks. You run 3 shows in 2 days. The day before was
Friday
a Friday
night
night fights.
And
There
Friday
was
Night
a
Fights
no-
was-
no-
Friday Night Fights. So that was like a $10 general admission.
$5.
student show.
$5, my guy.
$5. This is
$5
definitely like the student show.
Or if you bought a ticket to Saturday, you got into Friday for
I
free.
think that was something that Bill ran as well. Yeah.
Stupid.
Friday night, it was a #1 contendership battle royale. BJ Walker and Mr. Ping and Stefan Ramon and Tony Mask defeat Brother Aaron, Chris Rush, Joey Blaze, Leo Sweet, Malcolm King, Mikey Rath, Sage Matthews, Stevie Shields, and Venom. Mr. Grimm versus Ace Dallas, Judas Gray and notable Bad Place Hall of Famer, the Rockin' Rebel versus Malachi and Mayhem. Troy Stevens versus Stevie Shields. Rebecca Payne versus Chris Rush. Brother Aaron versus Joey Blaze. Mikey Rath versus Rob Lloyd. OG Mike defeated Jason Gotti and Malcolm King. And then in the main event for the vacant Friday Night Fights title,
I forgot there was a title.
Stefan Ramon beat BJ Walker, Mr. Ping, and Tony Mask.
Oh my gosh. Why was there 14 matches on a Friday night?
Because what else is there to do in Lancaster County, Jim?
Well, you're right. You're right. When you're right, Tim. All right, let's we've been around it enough. Let's talk about unfortunately last Friday, and I think it carried even into the weekend, a series of WWE releases occurred. And you know, we've talked about releases in the past. It sucks every time that it happens, and I didn't want to just, you know, how do we feel about the releases? Well, it stinks. Like you never want to see people lose their job. Tim, you and Marcus on Final Wrestling Place, you handled this in a way that I kind of liked. And how exactly so I don't butcher exactly how you guys did it over there.
So instead of how 3CT does it, where we steal everything from the Preston and Steve show, we decided we were going to steal from the hit 90s television show Pinky and the Brain, and we did a game of good idea, bad idea, where we look at it from the lens of WWE, and is it a good idea that they cut bait with these people, or a bad idea that they cut bait with these people? And then also decided, like, where do we think the best fit for them would be outside of the WWE bubble?
Yeah, so I didn't want to just fully steal from you and have you double up on content for the week. So and I think, Tim, you even kind of suggested this, that we'll just kind of go over the list of the releases and kind of, you know, draft them to where we think that they will end up, or have, you know, post WWE success, and kind of do we think is going to be indies, AEW, TNA, New Japan, eventually back to WWE if we think they're going to end up there, and we'll just kind of go around and with each one. And or do we want to actually
let's do that, Jim. Let's make a game out of their fucking releases. That sounds fun.
No, I'm not trying to make
Now, we don't want to have fun with this. It's a really sad moment. Nobody likes to see anybody get fired, but let's make a game.
I'm not trying to make a game out of it. I'm
Here we go. Round one.
Round one, fight. No, let's start with the NXT. We'll start with Danny Palmer.
Who? Danny Palmer.
Indies.
Yeah, probably.
He's retired.
Oh, well, nowhere. In
that Danny with a Y or Danny with an I? I don't even know if it's a male or a female we're talking about.
An I.
Danny with an I.
And it is
She's retired.
She has two eyes, actually. But
so, like,
face,
wrestling convention circuit, then.
If that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe at that rinky dink thing that what's his face does.
Oh, do they even do those down at the 2300 still?
Yes.
Like an hour before their shows.
Yeah, they don't do like the actual convention thing anymore. It's much smaller.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
But I think it's all like you buy a ticket to get in.
You have to stay and watch the show.
Yeah.
They force
You're
you.
held down.
Once you're in there, you don't get
try to exit like they have like bolted the doors shut. What the fuck?
All the chairs are roller coaster seat rides. They latch the belt on you, and then you can't move until they magnetically release it.
Well, if it'd be like the fucking Wildcat that time I was on it and the thing comes loose, I'm gonna try and wriggle myself out of it.
It didn't come loose. It moved one notch up.
That might as well have came loose, Ryan. It's not what I needed at that moment in time.
You aren't going anywhere, Jim. It's gravity and other forces.
It's fat, is what it is. You can say it. It's okay.
You were wedged pretty tight.
Although I was skinnier than I am now, so
yeah,
we all were. All right, Wolfgang,
Europe.
Yeah, Progress or wherever. Yeah, Europe.
The Coffees, Mark and Joe Coffey.
Same plane ride.
Yep.
Same plane ride. There we go.
Deported. It was inappropriate. I shouldn't have said that.
So soon. It's too soon.
That was not.
That was not the right time to say that.
No.
They're always welcome here if they really want to be here, though. I'm sure.
Did you see Evan JD Vance? No. I'm sorry. Talking about the Olympics coming to, or the World Cup.
No. I saw that. That's unfucking real. Imagine saying that.
I want everybody to come from 100 countries all over the world. I want you to come to have a good time. But once it's over, you guys got to leave.
Jesus fucking.
Actually said during a press conference.
Idiot.
Roll it. I'm done. I can't.
Can we just get through the next 3.5, please? Javier Bernal.
Walmart.
Indies.
I bet he shows up at like TNA wrestling.
So he'll be back on NXT.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of an interesting thing in the mix here with TNA and WWE have this working agreement. You can sign to TNA and end up back working at NXT with NXT.
Yeah.
Who wants to walk with Elijah?
Was he on NXT this week?
Yes, he was.
Oh shit. How about that? Good for him. Oro Mensa.
Europe.
Let's see.
Son of Ozzy, Riley Osborne.
I believe that is the husband of Blair Davenport.
I don't know any of these people, Jim.
Oh, you should have. So for the Patreon version, we record the videos. So I made a graphic for each. So for example, I can pull it up.
When
graphic would be helpful.
When did Blair Davenport split with Osprey?
Like a ways ago.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like
Another
you're going to
former
say
guest of the show, Blair Davenport.
Here we go.
What was she called then?
B. Priestley.
Yeah,
That's
there
it.
it was.
Priestley.
So I would put this up on the screen for Marcus.
Okay.
No name, nobody's name. You have to tell me who this is, and all the information you have is their last televised match.
That's an awful game, but that's Matt Stryker.
No, this is Riley Osborne.
I don't believe you.
Was he
I'll
in
give
the
you-
university gimmick? Because he looks like he belongs with those.
He
folks.
was a part of Chase U. Yes.
Oh, okay.
That tracks.
Yeah.
That definitely tracks.
Yeah. He'll. Then I changed my mind. Hollister he will end up at Hollister.
There you go. Jakara Jackson.
Chikara.
Indies.
I think she goes to TNA.
That's a TNA pick right there.
All right. Eddie Thorpe.
Hot Topic.
Would you believe it if I told you that he was also a member of the New Japan Pro Wrestling roster at one time?
That
Yes.
I would not believe.
He was
Okay.
Carl Fredericks.
He is the new lead singer for the Village People.
Native American DJ Eddie Thorpe. I suspect he goes to Japan again.
If he has a Japan history, then Japan makes sense.
He is also dating Dakota Kai.
Congratulations.
Dude,
Big Mac says Osprey's with Alex Windsor now.
Yes, Alex Windsor. That's his.
Alex
That's
Windsor.
his new lady.
Yes.
Next one, Gigi Dolan.
Oh, she's gonna be huge on the Indies.
Yeah.
She's going to GCW for sure.
For sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
Priscilla Kelly's return to the that's gonna go over well.
yeah. That'll put some asses in the seats. Cora Jade.
OnlyFans.
That's what we did find that out. Correct. That is true.
Yep. No, she'll go to TNA.
Yep. Well, I think we just said that. June 2nd, I believe, was the date. For those that are
Oh, Jim, you silly
journalism. Yeah, it's TNA. All right, now we move to the main roster. Shotzi. I think she was a contract expired, not released, but either way, will not be retained.
I think she's gonna.
I think she'll rake on the Indies.
Yeah. Throw that black heart right back on her name, and she'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I think she goes. I think she goes to AEW. She can fill the void, or she can fill the hole that Abaddon has. She's a more mainstream look than Abaddon, but she fits that character
role.
Yeah. They don't have like a red or like green-haired tattooed wrestler already under contract, so that's probably smart for them to do that. Where is Ruby Riott anyway, Ryan? That's a great question. Do all the
She
fucking
was
work around
pregnant.
here. Really?
Yeah, she got knocked up by one half of 2.0, not Daddy Magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just the way that interaction went down.
They literally did an whole angle on television about it.
I remember, Tim. Don't
No, you
patronize
don't.
me.
I don't know if do you have Carter and Chance together as a team or separate?
I don't. I have them as individual
All right,
graphics.
so we'll
Who do you
start
want to
with
see?
Katana Chance.
Katana Chance.
She goes back to being Mighty Casey and just works in Allentown.
Is American Ninja Warrior, is that still a thing? Like
Maybe.
Probably.
She did
Maybe.
that for a minute, right? Like
She will bring back Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
There you go.
She'll either bring back Most Extreme Elimination Challenge or COVID. Your choice.
One of the two.
That's right.
She was a super spreader.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Oh, well, then she will sign with Hogan's new wrestling outfit.
The All-American Freestyle Wrestling or whatever.
Yes.
What a.
Yeah, I think she goes to TNA too.
So that is AAFW. Is that?
I don't know if that's the name of the company.
We will.
I think it lasts 3 weeks shorter than Global Force Wrestling.
Well, I think the Global Force Wrestling's website still exists. So that thing's going strong, I think.
There you go.
It's real American freestyle wrestling.
Oh,
So
RAFW.
I'm going to raffle. Good God. Caden Carter.
Caden Carter.
Ooh,
Shit.
Yeah.
AEW.
And she goes to TNA with her homegirl.
What was her indie name?
Caden Carter.
Nah, her indie name.
I don't think she had an indie name.
She most definitely did. We
did.
called one of her matches.
Really?
Was it
Lennox had an L, maybe 2 L's. It might have been alliterated L's.
Laney or Lacey, right?
Lacey Lane.
Lacey
There
Lane.
it is.
Okay.
We called one of her matches?
I'm fairly certain she was down at the Delaware show.
I think she was at CWA.
I don't know. I was too busy.
Speaking of
getting ready for
stacked-
What a Move. That
stacked
was that
wrestling
was a
shows.
loaded show. That was a loaded show. Shayna Baszler.
This is an AEW hire if I've ever seen one.
She re-signed with the WWE when Ronda Rousey comes back.
Ugh.
Please don't wish that on
Put
any
that
of
out
us.
there.
Didn't wish it, just said what's going to happen.
You said a bunch of words, and I'm just going to pretend you didn't say them.
I understand it. You don't have to like it.
Goes off to enjoy her life outside
Does she
of sports.
So she would have a 90-day no compete, right?
Yes. So the NXT people are 30 days. If your contract was converted to a main roster contract, you are 90 days.
Was she released or did she?
Or was she a contract expired?
She was released.
Oh, was she
Okay.
released? Okay.
But yeah, she's definitely AEW for sure. She could eventually, I think, come back to WWE, but for now,
I mean, she could end up in AEW with Shafir, I think, and be totally fine as well. Put them together.
Could go to end up at a Bloodsport show.
That's why I said AEW, because Mox is there. Mox does Bloodsport.
Yeah. All right, couple more.
Natty does Bloodsport.
She does.
Well, so did Shayna. Shayna did Bloodsport and was on WWE too.
Well, true.
There were nine. There were 9 matches on Bloodsport, and 7 of them had WWE roster superstars.
There you have it.
Braun Strowman.
Retirement. Go away.
Yeah.
I think he will eventually do a spot here or there in WWE. 'Cause apparently Triple H has already said.
Man, you didn't have to pick the picture with his forehead being that large.
Literally, all of these pictures came from WWE's website.
That is a solid 8 head.
Yeah, that's tough. That is tough.
What did Triple H say about Brawny Strowman's?
That he has a forehead like a drive-in movie theater.
There he goes. Yeah, he does. That's a double feature screen right there.
You ain't kidding. That's an IMAX screen right there.
I think he'll do a couple like B or C or D like rated films, like real like straight to video shit.
You know what? I wouldn't.
He'll show up on a Netflix series.
There you go.
Are strongman competitions still happening?
I don't.
Somebody's got to be moving those Atlas stones.
I haven't seen them on the Ocho in a while, so I'm not sure.
Pie eating contest at local fairs.
Check out these chicken.
He's actually doing that. He's gonna be in Lidditz on the 4th of
Competitive eating. I
July.
like that.
He's gonna be running the milkshake stand at the E-Town Fair.
So all that's left is this person.
But no, to Braun Strowman, Triple H has reportedly already is open to the idea of him returning. Apparently, the amount of money on the contract as well as the recent injuries made it just not worth paying him anymore. So if they can strike a smaller deal with him, he could return.
That math makes sense.
And last one, Dakota Kai.
AEW.
Yes.
Absolutely AEW.
Yeah, I think that's an easy one.
Bring her in with Nixon Newell. That was Tegan Knox.
Oh yeah.
That's a tag team right there. And then even if it's for a short run and then you split them off, like bring them in together, have them do some things.
They're going to have to do a women's tag title over there, right? They're going to have to eventually.
They should by now with all the effing women they've got on that roster.
Just take the WWE ones because there's no point in having them anymore.
That's a fair point too.
Well, considering that Liv Morgan's now going to be a new Hollywood starlet.
Right, but you also fired like all of your women's division. And you have women's world and women's secondary titles, singles titles on both shows. How the hell are we going to do the tag division? Like, I get there's a lot of women in NXT, but are you calling them all up?
No, just put the belts back to NXT.
Oh, wait, that's
remember
titles can go to any brand.
Yes.
That's right. Well, good. Send them to NXT because there's nobody to fight for them on the main roster anymore. Period.
Mighty Casey.
There you go. But yeah, hope everybody lands on their feet. For all that haven't retired, best of luck to you. Now, Tim, since you watch New Japan, Big Mac says Braun Strowman to New Japan to be a member of the Bullet Club War Dogs.
I hate it.
Do you think it can happen, though?
I can see it happening. I jokingly teased.
By default, I love it.
I jokingly teased that Braun Strowman would make a effing killing in Japan. Filling that like Gaijin, that monster Gaijin role of like Vader, Scott Flash Norton.
He's so broken
Stan
down.
Hansen. Japan, you just hit hard. That's it.
True. That's true. Big man don't fall.
What work rate is he gonna do? Like,
he's never done it before.
I personally think he could probably do really well in Noah. They just had Omos for a little bit.
Well, that's wrestling done right.
So Omos, if Omos was getting over in Noah before WWE pulled him back for no reason.
Right, because he made that big return on Raw on Netflix. Oh, wait.
Or WrestleMania or fucking anything. Yeah, him going to Japan makes sense. It makes sense for us as stupid fans. It does not make sense for Braun Strowman, who the last time he got fired wrote a diatribe of, oh, all these dudes getting fired. Hope you saved your money. I'll never work in the indies.
He doesn't appear he's going to now. He was drinking on his boat.
And then he showed up at a Ring of Honor show with Control Your Narrative.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he wasn't working the indies. He was working his indie.
Ring of Honor wasn't his indie.
When you control your narrative, it is, Tim.
Okay, listen.
Sounds like somebody who's not controlling your narrative.
I would prefer if I could barely control my dog. You mean to tell me I got to control my narrative too?
Charlie says, would not be surprised if Shayna comes back as a trainer. Yeah, I think eventually once she's done like with whatever wrestling she wants to do, I think she absolutely, whether it's in WWE or over in AEW.
I think there's part of her that still has that like warrior fight in her, and she doesn't want to just start training people yet.
Yeah, I think there's more she probably wants to do.
And she works a style that she could do this for another 8 years easy. And she's already old. Like old for wrestling standards.
Like UFC horseman. It was Rousey.
She's wrong side of 40. If we're
Baszler, and there was another one, wasn't there?
Jessamine Duke.
Duke, that's who it was.
Yeah, so Shayna will be 45 this August.
But it's okay because like the total combined age of the Hurt Syndicate is 152.
It is, and also Shayna hasn't wrestled much in her time in WWE, so
she hadn't really bumped all that much either.
Exactly, so there's still plenty of bumps on that card. But yeah, like I said, hope everybody does land on their feet wherever they end up. And last thing for this week, we have a pay-per-view this Saturday. It is WWE Backlash from the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. We got 5 matches on the card. Lean and mean, more commercials than matches coming up this Saturday night on Peacock. We will start with a singles match for the Intercontinental title. Dominic Mysterio defending against Penta. Ryan.
It is soon Penta's time. Not yet. Dom retains.
All right, Tim.
Penta at the cost of Finn Balor.
Okay. All right, Matt.
Penta wins, but by DQ.
Because of Finn.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Dom's definitely going out still with the title, so to kind of keep Penta from getting pinned, unlike his brother who was pinned in like his 3rd match on WrestleMania. Yeah, I'll say Penta wins by DQ. Then we got a fatal 4-way match for the U.S. title. Jacob Fatu defending against Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, and L.A. Knights.
Yeah.
There we go. Right.
Jacob Fatu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim.
All gas, no brakes. Yeah, did I mean?
Yeah.
Matt.
Jim, what did he just say there?
What?
What did Tim say there?
All gas, no brakes?
Oh, I didn't hear what he said. Okay.
Fatu retains.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jacob, easy. There's not a chance this title moves.
Yeah.
That's a kiss of death. That means Drew's walking out.
I didn't put a percentage on it, Ryan.
No, but we all picked the same thing.
Yeah. All right. Singles match. Pat McAfee versus Gunther. Ryan.
Dude, it's going to be a fantastic match. I get you don't like Pat McAfee, but the guy can fucking promo, and he's going to bump his ass off for Gunther.
It was a good segment on Monday.
A fantastic match. You use the word fantastic.
It's going to be. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it will be fantastic
all over the place.
Watching Gunther slap the shit out of Pat McAfee.
Gunther will pick McAfee up.
That will be fantastic.
To fly the entire way out of the ring from one other side.
I might agree with the fantastic part because I will enjoy the crap out of Gunther just smacking the shit out of Pat McAfee.
Gunther wins.
All right, Tim. I love that hat.
So I wore this hat for a specific reason. If the rumors are true,
don't.
I'm saying it. I'm putting it out there.
I want to hear it.
The rumor is that this match is to set up a return of somebody who is supposed to be having their retirement match at SummerSlam.
Oh, God damn it.
Give me Gunther, but Bill Goldberg makes the save and spears Gunther out of his boots.
I am not watching Backlash now, just in case that happens.
Good. Don't.
I hope it does. Serve you right, Ryan.
I won't know until we talk about it next Thursday. So,
oh no, you'll see it on social media.
Maybe.
Is your Twitter feed that curated, or you just don't go on Twitter anymore?
Twitter's dead.
Twitter is dead. Long live Twitter.
Give me Gunther.
Gunther.
Yeah, absolutely, Gunther. Easy. That's not even a debate in this house. I'm not saying Pat McAfee's going to win at all. Big Mac says Death wins this match. See, Charlie, this is why people don't like you. I want to see Pat. I want it to be Pat just because I want to see the world. World's already burning, Charlie.
Burn. The world
it's already on
burn.
fire.
Jim's world will burn. That's all that's going to burn.
Mike, now why you got to do that? Can't wait for Pat to win this fantastic match, just so you guys can sit here and have to live with it.
Thank you for using the word.
I'm fine with it. I think it's going to be fine. I don't want to hear Pat McAfee ever tell the story again about how he bought a ring drunk, and then a big 18-wheeler drops it off at his house, and he forgot he bought a ring. Yeah, I don't ever hear that story again.
That sounds.
Was that the one to Stephanie?
Yep.
The story, yeah.
Oh, I haven't even thought about Stephanie's Places yet. Or is that the podcast? Because she's doing two different.
No, Stephanie's Places is the show that I've been watching for no effing reason.
Yeah. I still need to finish Peyton's Places before I can even think about Eli.
I saw a clip on that somewhere about
Stephanie
McMahon was
It's
talking
probably
about
on one of the commercials during WrestleMania.
Maybe.
The Bloodline episode was really good. All the rest. Stone Cold was really good too.
Well, I believe.
Where do you find these to watch?
ESPN
It doesn't matter.
Plus.
I'm not going to watch. You're right.
Yeah, I'd say there's probably a better chance of you watching that than you watching wrestling by the end.
Probably. Actually, you're 100% right. Give me a documentary style show. I'm going to watch that every day.
Yeah. All right. Next one, singles match for the women's intercontinental title. Lyra Valkyria defending against Becky Lynch.
Sorry, Lyra. Becky's back.
Sorry, Lyra. Becky's back.
Yep.
Yeah. This also one of the easiest predictions of the year. You had the title for a month, right? A month-ish.
Yeah, it was cute. We tried.
You know.
What do you mean?
Wore big bird
she's
arm.
had the title for a month?
The mom's back.
Is it? Wait, when did she win? Oh no, she won it at the
Lyra's
debut
had
on
it for a
Netflix,
bit.
right? January. Yeah, like a month or a year or something. Time's a fucking construct in 2025, Tim. Okay, just
Lyra Valkyria won the title
don't have to
in
prove him wrong.
January.
yeah, like a month.
115 days, Jim.
It feels like a month at this point.
Is she the longest reigning Intercontinental Women's Champion?
Longest running,
She is.
only, youngest,
Bacteria.
oldest.
Devin has bacteria.
Oh God, I forgot. about
Thank you for
moment.
that. All right? Big Mac says, "Wait, we all thought Charlotte was going to be handed the title, and it's Becky that returns and gets the belt first match back."
Yeah, nothing makes sense.
Well, Charlotte got a Royal Rumble, so.
Well, that's true, and a WrestleMania main event,
And a new nose.
Last one, singles match for the undisputed WWE Championship. The last real champion, John Cena, defending against hometown kid, Randy Orton.
Nobody wins in their hometown, so this is easy.
Tim.
Give me John Cena, man. He ain't losing.
Yep. Matt.
They gave him the record, but now they want to get the belt to someone that'll show up. Give me RKO.
Boo. I hope Cena's still the champion when I do get my 17 time.
This
title.
is so Randy can start his run to 17.
Well, it's true. He can't, 'cause he's at 14 currently. Or is it 15?
14?
14?
14. Gee. Wow, Mike's on one tonight. Travis Scott, just to piss you all off even more. Fiend. Oh, I heard that playing in one of the arenas while I was watching hockey the other day, and my eyes started twitching. John Cena wins. There's again no chance he's dropping this title on Saturday. So all right, boys. Any Devin has Randy, but by DQ. Charlie says The Rock. Rock ain't showing up in St. Louis. He couldn't even show up in Vegas. You think he's showing up in St. Louis? Come on now. You know better than that. Anything else, boys, before we wrap up for the Thursday show?
No.
All right. Well, we had a show without Mark, so no matter what happened in the last hour 20, we all feel like we won a little bit. Thank you all for playing along. We certainly do appreciate it. Make sure you start following us on social media. If you do not, you can do that on any of the social channels: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and everywhere else. You can leave us a voicemail anytime, 717-473-7833. Thank you, Devin, for leaving that one for the show tonight. And you can go ahead and grab our merch over at tpublic.com. All of this can be found in our social channels or on our website. And until Tuesday on the podcast side, next Thursday we'll be back here live. We hope you stay safe, stay smart, and as always, go for the pin.